Well, as you know, we've been getting a lot of precipitation lately, and I've added it all up just to show you how we're doing on the water year. Let me just explain the water year. I do it quite a bit, but just a brief explanation. The water year begins in October, and that's when we start measuring the water from October through the winter months into next spring. So primarily October through November. Those 8 months are the predominant months for getting moisture here in the valley. As you know, June, July, sometimes in July or June, July, August, and September are very dry months, okay? So starting out in the month of October, this is what we received. This is 0.88. That's how much rain we received in October of this last year. Normal is 0.81. Doing pretty well. We're just above normal. But November was a banner November. We had 2.22. So over 2 inches, and the normal is only 1.18. So we're going way up there. As you look at December so far, we've got 1.66, and the normal is 1.34, so we passed the normal there. So October, November, December are all above normal. And if you add all these up, you've got about 4 inches, 4.5, almost 5 inches of rain and snow. And if you add these up, you're looking at probably we're about 1.5 inches above normal at this point. So for the first 3 months, we're not quite to the halfway point of what we need, but we're pretty close, okay? Which means that when we get into next year, we can breathe a little bit easier because we have been receiving the moisture. We're not quite half, but we're almost half. Maybe we will be by the end of this month, which will, because we've got more storms that are going to be coming in. So that means we'll be close to half of the amount that we need. And as we get into the 5 months into next winter, into 2023, the rest of winter, as well as into spring, things are looking pretty good at this particular point, okay? So as you can see, we're off to a pretty good start. Showed you this just a little while ago. There's not much for tonight, even out here to the west. Rain showers moving into California again. It's all a part of this storm system that's moving into the northwest. We're going to see moisture in here probably by later tomorrow night. How much? Well, that's why I say we're going to really be adding to this count because the month of December is not over with yet. And by the time we get to Friday, okay, just watch Friday here. There's when the bigger storm comes in. And by Friday evening, we could have about 0.30 or pretty close to that, many spots. So more moisture coming in. When we look at the snow in the mountains, well, as you look here into Friday, you can see we're about 4 inches at McCall. Could be up to 5-6 inches. That's probably not total accumulation, only because that'll be 2 storms that'll be coming in. So there could be some melt in between that. So as you look at this for tonight, everything looks pretty clear. The thing we want to point out is as we look ahead here, well, we're looking ahead to this snowstorm that's coming in for early Friday morning. Could be 1 inch to 2 inches of snow with that. So we've got some rain later in the day on Friday. And then Saturday, there's a rain-snow mix, but predominantly snow possibly even as we get into the evening. But then we dry up and get cold as we look at the temperatures toward next week.